And we are live. Just going to send this tweet. Yes, I am now live. I really ought to put a link to my channel just so that people can find this live stream. Hello, by the way. Thank you for joining me. Whilst we're just waiting for a few people, because I know this is recording, so this will be available as playback. So I like to use this bit for people watching back as housekeeping, really. You know, keep it civil, keep it polite. Hello, Justin. Thank you for joining me. Just going through the housekeeping that I normally carry on with. Keep it civil, keep it polite, keep it friendly, that sort of thing. So, you know, that's for anyone watching back on the replay. I'm just putting a link to my channel. I am now live as I have said. Here is my channel link to join me. There we go. So hashtag, oh no, hashtag live stream. Hi Amanda, thank you for joining me. Do excuse me, I'm in the middle of a tweet, so you know, tweet tweet tweet, says the bird. Hi Brian, thank you for joining me. Live stream, YouTube. Lost the hashtag. There we go. YouTuber. There we go. Oh, no. I can't spell. I have lost it. There we go. YouTube. Nope, not YouTuber. YouTuber. Clang. Okay. And there we go. So. Nice and easy, nothing too complicated there. I have got the live stream up on my channel as well, because obviously I can see there is a time delay for me though on my screen, but I can see the chat a bit more clearly than I can on my phone. It is going, it's just here. It's in this part here of the. You can't see it because obviously I'm pointing to a blank screen, but I can see the chat on my phone, so we're all good. So yeah, another week gone, another live stream. You know, how is everyone doing? I hope you're all doing absolutely superb. Yes, I did remember to plug in my phone, so hopefully it will charge as I continue. I have got my other social media things accessible if I need them, you know, if I need to put out any messages. Actually, that's a good idea. I am live right now over on my channel. There we go. There we go. Hi Jesse, thank you for help. Thank you for help. We're what? 4.5 minutes in, and I've already lost the ability to speak. Oh dear, it's been a long week. It has been a long, hard night, and I have been working like a dog. It has been a hard day's night. I should be sleeping like a log. But when I get home to you, I find the things that you do will make me feel Alright. That was my impersonation of Peter Sellers pretending to be Richard III performing the Beatles' Hard Day Night, which he actually did on one of their live shows. So, yeah. So, I have sorted all that out now. Yeah, so it's not been a bad little week. Applied for a number of jobs this week, so hopefully hear back from them at some point. My hair. It's not like I need a haircut or anything, but it's just, I did wash it. It's just very, in this heat it goes all fuzzy. I've got a brush. I can put through. I prefer a brush to a comb, to be honest with you, because of the way my hair. I have got a fan on in the background, by the way. I don't know if you can hear it, but I have got a fan on because it is quite warm here in the UK this evening. It's quite humid actually where I am. Hope you can hear me all right as well, because obviously I use the microphone on my phone, so you know, do give me a shout if you can't hear me. I will probably be online till about, I aim to be about till about 10:30, so in UK time, GMT. There is another, there's a premiere at 10:30. I'm hoping to join on another channel, so it still gives us plenty of time. I mean, it's only we're only 6 minutes into the live stream and I'm rambling like a complete buffoon. That's the problem when you've got no nails. You have to scratch with what you've got. Oh, itch. Anyway, so yeah, bit of a random start, I realise, I grant you, but how is everyone? As I said, I hope you're all doing incredibly well. Hi Lucio, thank you for joining me. We've had a bit of a random start, but I've just been really sorting out you know, what I like to call housekeeping, you know, keep it civil, keep it friendly, keep it, you know, light-hearted if you can, that sort of thing. I tend to do that at the very beginning anyway for people who watch back the replays for my live streams, so you know, when they do join me in the future, they know what to expect. I think, in fact, whilst I'm here, let's add another person. There we go. So when Jesse comments next, his name should be highlighted in blue, which means every one of you listed are now moderators, so that's useful to have. Anyway, can never have too many of them. So yeah, been applying for jobs this week. You know, got in touch with my job coach at the job centre. Waiting to hear for the applications. What else? Obviously done a lot of writing for the project. Had a few setbacks. Hi Sulphur, thank you for joining me. It's so humid here that, you know, you can't think straight. It's stupidly humid. British summertime, you can't beat it. I always say the more moderators you have, Brian, the better it is, because, you know, one person can't keep up with it all. You know, at least then there are people that, if people do start to misbehave, there's enough people on board who can help maintain. Hi Julie, thank you for joining me. So yeah, as I was saying, Brian, I think the more moderators you have, the better it is to deal with the troublemakers, as it were. You know, because you can't always moderate on your own. So yeah. So all in all, it's been a bit of a busy week for me. Had a few setbacks with the project. Fortunately, managed to find someone to Lucio Non-Euro ASMR, who is with us, is taking on the role of Rebecca the Druid in chapter 19. One of the participants playing the role has withdrawn with my blessing, because they're on to some very new exciting adventures in their life. So I wish them all the very best. If you know, I'm not going to doubt that's their business to discuss online. Obviously, Amanda, I think you've shown interest in the bardic character. I did post up a message on the ASMR Discord that I'm a moderator for on there, set up by Lucio again. It is for ASMR artists only. We've set it up as a safe space for ASMR artists. And also on my Twitter feed that I've had a withdrawal from chapter 14, and I do need someone to take on the role of the sorceress. All the details are in the tweet, and if you're on the chat group, in the Discord chat group, the information is there as well. It is quite specific. It is a female specific role, I will say. It is a very specified role. Official Raina Tamarin ASMR. Well, I hope so. Because it is like bards sing, they tell stories. I'm just putting my keyboard. I've got a wireless keyboard, which is nice. So things like folk songs, things like that. So yeah, I'm hoping if you are in the chat, Amanda, if you are very interested in the role, you're more than welcome. I can send you over the notes. But as I say, the chapter 14 character is something very specific that I do need to find ASAP. Originally, the character was going to be played by official Raina Tamarin ASMR. However, again, she's withdrawn with my absolute blessing, because she has a lot of... Well, she's shown interest, Julie. Amanda has shown interest, so the opportunity is there if she would like it, and I think it would absolutely be superb for her singing voice. I really think it would. I think she would definitely enjoy it, indeed. But as I said, with chapter 14, Black Cat Aura ASMR has already recorded her part for it, so I'm waiting for her to send it over to me. I think she's in the stages of editing. She's playing a musician. It's kind of like a forerunner to the Academy. There's I've sort of dropped hints about the Academy before the mini series comes along. Black Cat Aura even though the Academy is actually a prequel because it's set several years before the main event story, so there won't be any mention of the Tyrant King. There won't be the vampires will be there, but they won't be they won't have sort of the level of a threat that they are at the moment. We'll put it that way. But as I say, official Raina Tamarin has withdrawn due to her collaboration commitments, which I absolutely accept. You know, as I say, she withdraws my absolute blessing. She's an amazing content creator, an amazing ASMR artist, and I can fully understand. I mean, she does so much for the for the community on editing, content creation. You know, she does so much, and I can understand when it becomes too much to take on in one go. And I've made sure I've let her know that the invitation to participate is always there, and you know, she's always more than welcome to return to the project at any time she wishes. You know, there will always be plenty of characters, you know, so, you know, as I said though, it does mean I'm having to find someone to take her place, and as I say, it's a very specific type of character, so you know, it's something that needs to be very specific. As I say, all the details are on my Twitter, are in the chat group that we have. I haven't mentioned anything. See, this is why I really do wish I had the number of subscribers I need for this damned community tab, because you know, I could then put in, you know, messages out on YouTube directly. You know, I wouldn't have to rely on Twitter, Instagram. You know, I could. This is why it frustrates me so much that you have to have a specific number to actually have this tab that makes it so much easier to communicate with people. It just makes it so much easier, and I feel so stuck at 351 subscribers. I mean, it goes up and down sometimes. I mean, yesterday was at 352. Day before it was at 351. It keeps going up and down by one, and that just frustrates me so much. You know, what do I do? I've gone on and I've updated the titles. I've updated all the hashtags. I've changed it from blogs, people and blogs, to entertainment. I'm doing everything in my power to get YouTube to notice what I'm doing. You know, what else can I do? What else can I do? You know, do I have to sort of, I don't know, not that I'm going to, but you know, if that's what it would have taken, I'm not crazy or any, you know, like that, but yeah, I've done my channel tags and everything. You know, I have done my channel tags. Yeah, they're all there, you know, and I may need to update them, but you know that I updated them quite recently, so you know they're all available to me, and it seemed. Yeah, I may have to, Julie. I'm going to have to try and find a way of collabing with bigger channels, in order to get myself noticed. Really, it's just that I never seem to hear about them. That's the only issue. I somehow seem to miss out on them. I have my theories, but I try and keep my theories to myself. As to why I don't hear about them. So, yeah. Hello, Ice Age. Thanks for joining me. See, I can't, I don't know how, I don't get on with Reddit. That's the problem. I do not get on with Reddit. I've tried it and I find it really hard to use. I find it really hard to use. I just find it so frustrating because I just can't figure out how it works. I have got a Reddit thing, but no one seems to look at my Reddit thing. That's the thing. And the ASMR channel that I'm part of is really, they've made it really complicated to use, and that's just something. That's just something I just find it frustrating. That's the. I do a thank you, Lucy. Thank you for that. I really appreciate that because I really can't get my head around Reddit. It frustrates me. It really does. You know, I'm happy with Discord and things like that, but you know, it if I could be found more. I mean, I've got enough material now to actually upload to Reddit. I mean, I've got 30 videos in the project, and that's 12 main chapters and 18 side story chapters at the moment. There's another side story chapter coming up. There's another Cleo and Trajan. There's another Cleo and Trajan chapter on the way, chapter 4. It introduces a new character, again voiced by me, so keep an eye out for that. I'm still waiting to hear from an ASM artist for chapter 13, so that's been delayed. Chapter 14 is delayed until I can find this new sorceress. Chapter 15, I do need to send out some bits and pieces for that. 16, I'm still looking for 3 more participants. 17, I think I've sent the majority of the scripts out. 18, I've got a few scripts to send out still. 19, chapter 19 onwards are pretty much work in progress. The thing is, I've got plans so far for up to at least chapter 35, and then beyond chapter 35, it's a whole new set of characters, a whole new set of, whole new section of the story. You know, we are really working. I've got it all worked out. Chapters 1 to 35 are the setup. Because at some point the Tyrant King is going to make a comeback. He really is going to make a comeback. I don't know if he will be a static image character like Lord Volkov is, or if he will be played by someone. I'd love him to be played by someone. I wouldn't have him appearing every time anyway. So, he will appear at least once in person, and then perhaps it would be through my voice, but I have got, put it this way, I have got plans, I've got ideas that would give me chapters that reach well into 3-figure numbers. We could be well beyond chapter 100 by the time I've developed new characters. I mean, I've got 2,621 different names to play with, so I could make them, I could do surnames, first names, code names, I've got a whole list of characters on my laptop here that I can play around with, and I am really invested in this project. It really keeps me going, really does keep me going. It's kept me sane for the last year during the lockdowns and the pandemic and everything, because it's allowed me to focus and use my, this has been one of the best things I've ever done, to keep me me focused and practiced in my computer skills and my sort of editing skills and everything like that. And you know, it's been a real thrill ride from chapter 1, and I've had so many fantastic people involved. I'm really, really happy with the way it's gone. You know, I couldn't ask for a better group of friends to be involved with in this project. You know, everyone who's involved has become a friend to me, and that's just amazing. And I'm really, really grateful for that. You know, really grateful. I couldn't do it without you guys. I really couldn't do it without you guys. You know, when I did the first 3 chapters as a solo project on my own, I realised I couldn't do all the voices. I can't do a female voice to save my life, for example. You know, someone did try and say, you know, why don't you try doing a female voice? I have tried it. It's so unconvincing. It hurts. It really hurts. You know, so to be able to collaborate with people, you know, male, female, gender fluid, non-binary, etc., etc., really does make a huge difference to this project. You make the project. I just created it. I just write the scripts. It's you, the participants, that truly make it. And that's what makes it so special to me, because it's not just me on my own. It's a team effort. It is an absolute team effort. And that for me is a big thrill. You know, that for me is something truly special. And I couldn't be happier. I really couldn't be happier about this, because, you know, it's a dream come true. When I was younger, in my teen years, I wrote scripts for my youth youth group, and they weren't interested in my storytelling. They didn't share in my vision, and you know, I used to go home feeling really disheartened. Or if we did, we'd only do the one scene from the whole script, and it was the same scene every week, because they just weren't interested. They didn't. Back then, I probably was a bit more bombastic than you'd think I am. But back then, I always used to think to myself, they just didn't see my vision. They didn't see what I could see. And I really wanted to make something special of it. Really, really wanted to create something that people would enjoy and love being a part of. And it just hurt so much that, you know, to me at the time, it just hurt so much that people couldn't even grasp my vision, couldn't latch on to what I was dreaming of. And yeah, and I think it really, you know, I really do need to expand my scope. So definitely, I am just looking at the comments as well. Yeah, I do need to post something in Reddit, really, to become a bit more, you know, if that's the real place where it all happens, then I'm all for it. You know, any help I can get is a huge boon to me. You know, I'm not looking for fame or glory or fortune. My whole ambition for this project was to share a story with as many people as I possibly could. That's all I'm interested in. I am first and foremost a storyteller. I love writing. I love doing voice acting. I absolutely love creating. You know, I am a very creative person, and you know, anything that can help boost boost me is more than welcome, because as I say, I maintain this. I have no major interest, for example, in monetization. I did click the button that says, you know, when you're monetized, when you can be monetized, I'll let you know, or will let you know. But the thing is, I've always said this to my best mate: if I ever become monetized on YouTube, the money won't go to anything personal for me. I will reinvest it back into my channel. You know, I will use it for props, equipment. I mean, I've already got the green screen and the Blue Yeti, the green screen here, and the Blue Yeti mic. Thank you, Julie. I really do appreciate that. But I know there are people out there who really do appreciate, you know. I think I will say this in all fairness. I think if people didn't appreciate my creativity in a way, I don't think they would have even thought about collaborating with me in the first place. I think that's the one testament that I hold on to, that people do. There are people out there who do believe in my vision, and I really do appreciate that. I really genuinely appreciate that, because, you know, as I said, I really thank you, Lucio. I created that as a template. Everything I create comes from a single template called Script to Zero. That's my title for it. It's just a Word document I call Script to Zero. And thank you, Julie. I really do appreciate that. I really genuinely do. You know, I adapt the notes as and to. I mean, you know, I'm very careful about how I word my scripts and everything. I really do care about people's comfort zones, for example. So when you look at the area that says costume, for example, I'm very, very careful about how because I know there are people out there who are uncomfortable with certain concepts and ideas, and, you know, I always maintain to keep everything within your comfort zone. You know, keep it appropriate, keep it, you know, your personal comfort, safety and happiness are my number one priority as the manager of these collaborations. That's the thing. Personal health, welfare, family matters and things like that always take priority over my project. You know, that is something I've always maintained. You know, I'm not... Hello, Louise. Thank you for joining. You know, so I am, you know, all about... Yeah, I'm not one of these sort of collaborating, you know, one of these sort of collaborative channels that pushes people to collaborate. I'm not one of these channels that says, you know, I need you to do this, I need you to do this now, I need, you know, I am... Some might say I'm laid back. Some might say I'm laid back, but I'm not really. But I understand that people have a life outside of ASMR. I understand they have children. I understand they have jobs. I understand that, you know, they have priorities that take precedent over the Lord of War and Heartache. And I truly believe that is far more important than whatever I put on paper or human matters come first before ASMR matters. That is how I work these projects, because I would genuinely feel like a really terrible person if I started pushing people to rush their projects and things like that for me. It happens as it happens in my world. I really don't believe in, and I will always extend deadlines. I personally hate deadlines with a passion for projects. I really do feel I know they add structure. I know they're there to give an idea of time scale, but I really don't like them, because I just think they sound so demanding. I really do, and that's why I try to be as generous as possible with my. I mean, this one for chapter 14. This one for chapter 14, I do need quite urgently, 30th of June, because obviously Black Cat Aura has already filmed her video. So please, if you're watching this in the replay, and obviously I put this out to the people in the live chat as well, if you know of any female ASM artist who would be comfortable playing a sorceress on video for Lord of War and Heartache chapter 14, please, I implore you, please do get them to contact me. The script is already written, the notes are already written, they just need an appropriate costume. If you've seen my tweets or my other messages, then you will have an idea of what I'm talking about. If you want to just head over to Twitter and find the tweet very quickly, please do, and keep me on in the background. I'm not going anywhere. It's just obviously, as I say, chapter 13 is still delayed anyway. I am still very much waiting for someone for that. I still don't know if they've actually filmed it, but again, I do not like chasing people. I will not chase people. It's not, I personally feel it's not in my nature to chase people, because it's not fair. I don't feel it's fair to chase people. Well, this is it, but things happen, life gets in the way, so to an extent it's not really that person's fault that they have fallen behind, and I have extended the deadline for as long as they need. As I say, I've got plenty of filler chapters I can work on. Filler chapters are my solo projects where I do all the voices. If you have visited my channel recently, you will have seen my most ambitious filler chapter, which is Triumph in Trigon, part of the Trigon saga, which is a side story to the Lord of War and Heartache. Geoffrey of Trigon obviously featured in chapter 11, but he was also in a meeting in Trigon and a strike in Trigon, which were the two previous Trigon saga stories. No, certainly not. No. I agree with you there, Sulphur. I agree with you. I certainly don't like falling behind myself. But life, as Dr. Ian Malcolm in Jurassic Park says, life finds a way. Did I say hello, Goody? Hello, Goody ASMR. Yeah, hello. So, kind of feeling like I'm in a bit of a existential crisis at the moment. When am I never in an? If you see my Twitter feed, some people must wonder, when am I never in an existential crisis of some sort or other? I'm just that sort of... I just seem to be that sort of person, really. I guess I've got so much on my plate at the moment in life that it just feels that way. But yeah, I mean, I will continue my search for the sorcerer, for someone to play the sorceress. I will not give up on that search. Please, when you find yourself on Twitter, if you find yourself on my feed, please do retweet it. Every retweet helps me to spread the word. It's a shame I can't share screens with you and things like that. If I was using Streamlabs, I probably could, but I'm using Prism Live now, which is far easier to use, and I can actually see the chat screen on my phone. So, excuse me, I'm going to be a little bit unprofessional here. I do apologise. Oh dear. Nothing like a good blow to clear the head, said the actress to the bishop. Oh dear. Yeah, exactly, Louise. That was yeah, not exactly. Oh dear. I don't even know where that one came from. That just came to the front of my brain and decided to leap out. Naughty Matthew. Smack on hand. Oh dear. Well, that's a good question, Brian. It's Friday night, but it's not yet the watershed. Or is it the watershed? I'm never sure. Is it 9 o'clock? Oh, there's no youngsters watching. We're all right. We're all friends here, as the saying goes. Oh, that's okay, Louise. Yeah. Oh, I needed that actually. I did need that actually. I feel curiously better after that. And breathe. Whew. I need to record some I have got some laughter of mine recorded. I think Jess K Creative ASMR used some recording of my laughter for when I played Happy the Dwarf in Jodie Marie's Snow White collaboration. Yes. But yeah, so I'm always on the lookout for new people. I've got loads of characters still remaining, so, you know. How many characters have I got across the chapters? Yeah, I've got 60 characters left to find I've got 60 characters left to find participants for. I mean, if I don't get them all cast, then that's not an issue, because some of them won't have a major impact on the story anyway. They'll just sort of be like, you know, what I call encounter characters. So they won't have huge impact. But if I can get as many cast as possible, then that would be amazing. So, you know, so yeah, definitely anything like Reddit, or, you know, any help I can get with Reddit or anything, that would be superb. Thank you, Lucio. You know, any sort of wisdom or knowledge you can impart, that would be fantastic. I've completely lost my line of thought now. After that little burst of joy. What next? We now reach the part of the live stream where yours truly cannot think of what he wants to say. So, you know, I love these parts of the well, you know, as I said, the Academy. Amanda, now you're back with us. Unless you hadn't gone anywhere. If you really are interested in the Bardic student, please do let me know, and the role is yours if you'd like it. I really think it would suit your singing voice, for example. If you're interested in folk singing, you know, traditional folk songs, something like that. That's you know, a bit of storytelling, or yeah. Well, that's the interesting thing, because we've got some really good names involved. Really good names. I mean, Black Cat Aura is going to play. Yeah, that's absolutely fine, Amanda. Please do message me, and I can send you across all the details. Everything's written up, so I can put them on to you straight away. Obviously, Brian's going to be playing a music student. Jess K Creative ASMR is going to play the music tutor. Black Cat Aura is the tutor of singing. Spinner of Trails and Clover Cutie ASMR are singing students. I'm not musical, but I'm actually playing music student number 1. I don't know how to play it, but I have a harmonica, so I'm going to play a very early stage music student who's just joined the Academy. That will be vocal, that will be audio, so that will give me a chance to play with the harmonica that I have. It's only a cheap one, really. It's not a professional harmonica. ASMR Whisper UK is playing the Jester tutor. Dappist ASMR is playing one of the Jester students. She's also reprising her role of the peddler from chapter. You will meet the peddler in chapter 13, but she's playing the peddler's twin sister as well in the Academy, so that will be interesting. What else? Laurie ASMR is going to be playing the Academy healer, so I thought that would be a perfect opportunity for things like, say, cranial nerve exam ASMR, wound treatment ASMR, that sort of thing. Who have I missed? Oh, and then we've got Exploring ASMR is reprising her role as Cassandra the belly dancer. Although she's going to be playing the substitute tutor at the academy, working undercover as a vampire. Riley Rose, who is on Twitch, she's actually playing the second belly dance student. And Uplifting ASMR is playing a character called Clara, who starts out as a dance student but can't dance, and then she becomes a jester. Hi Sage, thank you for joining. We're just sort of going through the academy project that's coming up. Just going to say, folks, that this will carry on till about, I was thinking about 10 o'clock, because obviously at 10:30, I hope to see you all there. Sage has a premiere on her channel, where we get back to visiting Clea. So I hope that you will all join her in her chat at 10:30 GMT here, so 5:30 Eastern Seaboard time. I believe that's what EST stands for. So, you know, set those reminders if you haven't. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Clea's an amazing character. Yeah, so that's 10:30 GMT, 5:30 EST in America. So, you know, I've set my reminder. Always a fantastic atmosphere at one of at Sage's premieres, and I'm fortunate enough to have become a member of her channel as well. I really do recommend becoming a member of Sage's channel as well. I genuinely say that. You know, there's a lot of amazing stuff, and you get the emojis, including the infamous the calf, which has become a bit of a fan favourite amongst which has become a huge fan favourite amongst us Whisperwind visitors, shall we say, you know. So yeah, you know, if you're around, do pop over and join the chat there, because there's always a good time to be had on a Whisperwind premiere. Oh, thank you, Amanda. I don't know if I'm hilarious or not. I'm just me, really. At the end of the day, why pretend to be anyone else? He says, checking his hair. The humidity here is unbelievable. It really makes my hair. Look. Really makes my hair fly away and oh dear. So yeah, you know, and Sage and Julie, of course, have their scripts for chapter 16. Lord of War and Heartache. I'm really hoping to make my first ever video for that. Who am I playing in that? I am the... because it's set in the dream realm. The episode is called The Nightmare Machine. I'm the dream programmer. I'm playing the dream programmer. Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised my hair hasn't actually grown that long. You know, I did have it cut back in April, and last year I had to have about, before I had that, before the haircut I had then, I had about 6 inches off it. It had grown really ridiculously long. Oh, I know what I was going to say, Julie. Congratulations to your son, by the way, for graduating. That's what I meant to say. Yeah, great. Yeah, there's more characters available if he's interested. You know, I am opening it up to other sort of voice actors and performers as well. So I make it very clear it is ASMR, but the feedback I've had has been quite the interest I've had is quite good. It's that's okay. Yeah, no, it's okay. I just got a message on my sorry, I've got my sort of windows open and everything. I've got these windows open because it is so warm, but I've got my computer screen windows open as well because I am getting messages left, right and centre from different various social media chat windows. The life of a live streamer and a social media connoisseur, shall we say. I would say I'm a connoisseur. I wouldn't say I'm an expert. So yes, indeed, folks. I was thinking of growing this out actually. What do you think if I grew it into? I was on Uplifting ASMR's live stream the other day, and obviously she was saying about being a redhead, and of course I'm a redhead, and she was asking about beards, because I don't know if they have a website. It is an app. It's an app that I downloaded from the Google Play Store. Whether or not they have a website, I don't know. Look it up. Give it a chance. I was talking to Uplifting ASMR on her live stream, and she's involved in the academy, as I said. But she was trying to make her hair like Viking in style. She was trying to braid it, and we got she got asking about things like beards and things like that. And of course, obviously, yours truly has a beard. But she said I should. What do you think, folks? Should I grow it out like a Viking and make it look like? Should I try and grow it out and try and grow a beard like Gimli's from Lord of the Rings? Should I try for a Gimli beard? That, or sort of a Gandalf beard or something like that. I mean, so far at the moment, I would probably pull off a red-headed version of Aragorn with this beard at the moment. It's sort of the length for Aragorn. I did think the only problem is the moustache area does grow a lot quicker than the rest of it, and of course I have to keep that in check, because otherwise it sort of starts going in my mouth, which is not nice. Not sure what that means, Sulphur, but Okay. Um, um, yeah, so because I actually thought about getting, because obviously, as you know, I enjoy sort of all this acting lark and things like that. I actually did think about joining a reenactment group. Not that there's really, because I don't drive, so it's getting to these places, and that's the problem. But, you know, I often thought about joining a historical reenactment group as a Viking. You know, I think, I really do think I could potentially pull off the Viking look. That, where is it? Because this is I'm, as you know, I'm a cosplayer, and I've been thinking about cosplaying this character for quite a while now. There it is. Is that the one? Yes. Okay. So there were two characters I've often thought about cosplaying from the same set of books, but I always thought about either cosplaying as Obelix or, and I think I could do this one better, Chief Vital Statistics from the Asterix books. I'm a huge Asterix fan. I don't know what happened to my phone just then. Probably had my foot on the cable, but yeah, I've often thought about either doing cosplay as Obelix or Chief Vital Statistics, and I definitely think I would do. Chief Vital Statistics, because I think he has the better beard. But yeah, now I'm going to try and get this back in the right order, because this is number 18. Because these are all in numerical order. But yeah, every single one of these books here, and there's some here as well, hidden from view, some smaller ones. I'll bring them forward. But every single one of these books here are all Asterix. I literally have every single Asterix every single Asterix book available. With one or two exceptions from the more recent, because I don't know, after Albert Goscinny and René Goscinny and Albert Uderzo passed away. Oh, sorry, Louise, I didn't. Thank you for joining me. Yes, sorry, I didn't realise you were heading off, but thank you so much for joining me. I really, really, really do appreciate that. So, all the best, Louise. You know, I'm always here every week on a Friday, so there will always be opportunity to join me. I'm going on till 10, so, you know, if you find yourself jumping back in, please do. Yeah, I mean, I've got quite a few cosplays. Last week I was talking about my Dungeoneer cosplay for Nightmare. I've got it up in the cupboard. I will grab it. But this is unfinished. I started making it last year, but this is my take on the Helmet of Justice. If you've ever seen the British TV series Nightmare, it was a game show for kids, but it was the first ever one of its kind to use entire green screen. So basically the helmet was designed so that the contestant wouldn't be able to see anything in front of them. They would only be able to see a small space beneath them. And they had to be guided by a group of kids. Well, I have the green screen. Because that actually, I'll just pop this back. Because Nightmare, I'll continue talking whilst I just put that back. Nightmare is actually one of my biggest influences for... Oh, was Sulphur gone as well? All the best, Sulphur. Nightmare is one of my biggest influences for the Lord of War and Heartache, really. Anything fantasy, really. Lord of the Rings, Nightmare, Warhammer Fantasy, not so much Age of Sigmar. Don't get me started on Age of Sigmar. Dungeons and Dragons, you know, things like that. I mean, these are basically... I mean, some of them are Warhammer 40,000, but these books here, basically... give me, and these are all my steampunk books. This one, for example, is one of my biggest influences for you know, story writing and everything. I mean, it's been a huge influence to me for the Nightmare Machine. But I am a I suppose I would say more of a want to be steampunk. I have the costume. I haven't quite finished doing the costume. I still need to do a lot of accessorizing for it. But you know, this book and all these books here, that I'm just putting this one back with, have been a huge influence to me. And of course, I've got my 3 Dungeons and Dragons books, even though I don't play Dungeons and Dragons. You know, so I've got plenty of inspiration for it to me. Where's my favourite one? I mean, this is another of my favourites. Steampunk, an illustrated history. I beg your pardon. And this one is all about sort of, again, about the history of steampunk and how it all sort of came to be. I mean, Doctor Who definitely gets a mention several times. There's a whole section on it, in fact. This one's sort of about popular culture in steampunk and popular culture, and the Steampunk Bible, which I showed you first, is sort of the how to be a steampunk, and then there's this one, which is another good one, which I also recommend, the Steampunk Gazette. I don't know if they did another volume. I've never found a volume 2, but it's full of sort of inspirational pieces and ideas, and you know, if you can get hold of these books, they should still be in print. I get all my books in Forbidden Planet in London, in Shaftesbury. I'll say this to anyone: if you're a geek. Oh, hi Adina, thank you. Speak thy name and thou shall appear. I was saying about Adina, how we were discussing red hair on your live stream earlier this week, and I was saying about growing my beard to. I was saying how we were discussing growing my beard to Gimli sort of style, and everyone on here thinks I should grow it like Gimli, you know, braid it, and so who knows? Who knows indeed. So yeah, and of course we've been discussing Lord of War and Heartache quite a bit, including the Academy, which I'm really happy that you're involved in. It's going to be a lot of fun. The whole project has been a lot of fun, and as I say, 9 times out of 10 these live streams usually end up being about Lord of War and Heartache anyway, because obviously that's my main passion in this community. You know, So, but things are really looking up at the moment. What else? I was just sort of discussing steampunk and things like that because I've got all my. I was just pointing. Oh, this chair! I need some WD-40. WD-40. Don't you just hate it when this chair squeaks? It doesn't do that, but there we go. There we go. But yeah, I've got all my steampunk books there, my tabletop wargaming. Up there, all sort of history. These two shelves here are full of comic books. Basically, all my geek. Well, this is basically all my geek stuff from history down to tabletop wargaming, Doctor Who. I've got some Star Wars books. I've got a whole thing of Marvel books as well. Lego, loads of Lego books. Oh yeah, and I've got my Skyrim game guide there as well. Ooh, I really don't know if Squeaky Cherry. Hang on, I'm being called. One moment. I'm being called. Bear with me. That wasn't. 1 second. I am live. Right. So sorry about that. Apparently I have a mini Viennetta ice cream in the freezer. Oh no, he didn't come up. He was just calling up the stairs. My mum did tell. I did knock my phone over, didn't I? I've just seen it on my screen because there is a time delay. Okay, I'm just sort of catching up with the chat. It's the old chatty booth. Yeah, it is a good reason to call me, actually. Yeah, never a bad time for Viennetta ice cream. I'll have it later. I won't have it now. I might have it tomorrow, in fact. You know, a Saturday treat. Saturdays are my cheat day anyway, so, you know, start again on Sunday. So, yeah, got all my geek books. Of course, this one, because I really want to get back into this. I really want to get back into this. This one's very special to me as well. I had to have this one in my collection. I do have an easel. I do have paintbrushes. I do have oil paints. It's showing it as backwards to me, so hopefully when I see it on the screen below, it will look the right way round. I guess Bob Ross was I think for most people, Bob Ross was, especially for me, my first introduction into ASMR. He is considered by many people the grandfather of ASMR. Oh, it is showing. Oh, that's interesting. It really is showing backwards on my. That is fascinating. Because I'm looking at it on my screen and it is back to front. Unless. No, it is the right way round. That is so bizarre. Oh well. Never mind. We live and learn. But yeah, I've only ever done one oil painting. I have got a photo. Yeah, because I'm actually looking at my screen. That is the thing. I am actually looking at my screen. So, which is why my Aliens t-shirt is backward, which would explain why my Aliens t-shirt LV426 is backwards as well, which I didn't notice until now. But never mind. Not a problem. We work with what we have, you know. Live and learn. Yeah, I've only ever done one canvas, and I really want to get back into it because I do model making as well. I normally paint with acrylics though. I don't. I'm not a fan of oils. Acrylics are well. I basically work with water-based acrylics anyway for because I won't get them out this week, but last week I got out because I was on. I told the story last week, but I will tell you the story again. In fact, I think I'll go and get them again. This is a spur of the moment thing. So last week I told the story about how I was on. Hi Nick, thank you for joining. So last week I told the story of how I was on television in 2018, and I was a contestant on a programme on Channel 5 here in the UK called the Great Model Railway Challenge. I was a member of Team Tunbridge, and we had to build a model railway layout in 3 days. So what we were given time to build. We could build half the layout in our own time, which we did, but we had to have the other half blank so that we could build the rest of it in the 3 days, technically 4 days that we were filming. So it was a lot of fun, a lot of hard work. We were the only team in the entire series that built a traditional end-to-end model railway layout. We didn't do sort of the circular sort of children's train set style layout. We went 100% traditional. No gimmicks, nothing like that. And I was involved in the scenics, so I had to build I did all the buildings and all the bits and pieces for the layout. And of course, if you're from the UK, you may actually remember the Great Model Railway Challenge. As I said, we were involved. Team Tunbridge was involved in episode 3, Globetrotting. And these are the beach huts. Well, they're actually garden sheds, but we did them as beach huts. But these are the beach huts that I painted for the programme. This one's obviously got, and they've all got flags because the theme was globetrotting. So they've all got flags. But the interesting thing about them is that they're all historically accurate. The layout that we built was set in 1955, so I had to make sure all the flags were period accurate. So the American flag only has 58 stars because it was before the layout was set before the states of Alaska and Hawaii came into being. And of course we've got Portugal, New Zealand, and again all painted. That one's sort of a blue green colour. Australia, sort of a pinky red colour. Never sure if that's Belgium or Germany. That's sort of a purpley colour. My favourite flag, of course, Canada. I'm not saying that just to be biased. I think it's a great flag. Sort of in a light sky blue colour. Yep. I don't know. I've always just liked it. I think it's a Switzerland, which is technically accurate because Switzerland's flag is the only square flag in the world, truly square flag. But obviously, when I printed these off, they had to fit Italy, a historically accurate Spanish flag for 1955. India, post 1947, of course, and of course the red, white, and blue of Great Britain, with a red, white, and blue painting of the sort of beach hut thing. But yeah, you know, it was a lot of fun. As I say, I did all the printouts and everything for them. I built all the buildings, design, you know, did all the I made sure everything we had on the buildings, from posters to name boards and things like that, were 100%. Well, that is true. You are cool, you know. No worries, Sage. I will see you at the premiere. Thank you for joining me. Yeah, I'll definitely see you at the premiere anyway. Yeah, just for those newcomers, Sage has got a premiere taking place at 5:30 Eastern Seaboard Time in America, 10:30 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time, British Summer Time here in the UK. If you head over to her channel, you can set a reminder anyway. So I'm carrying on for at least another hour till I'd say about 20 past 10. Then I will need to stop for a drink and something else anyway. So that will give me some time to sort that out before her premiere. So, but please do go and join her, because there's always a lot of fun at her premieres. Really good crowd, really good chat. You know, so yeah, you know, we've got a lot of I will go and grab my Viennetta then. Yeah, something to look forward to. Definitely. Yeah, I was going to say, actually, it was nice to see the pets on your live stream. In fact, I thought that was a quite a nice live stream you actually did the other night, Adina. Well, again, we did discuss that goodie on the live stream. Julie, if you're still here, you sort of had your one on when you played Nefertira, the snake charmer, didn't you? Hopefully she's still here. I don't think I've missed. No. But Julie used her snake as Nefertira when she was the vampire snake charmer. Although it didn't appear on screen for long, which is understandable because it is a living creature. It's not a you know. But it made a very nice extra natural touch. Yeah, I can't remember what type of snake you have, because I did mention it in Adina's stream that you own a snake as well. Because I think you said yours is I want to say a python, Adina. I think you said you own a python or something like that. It's quite a small one at the moment, isn't it? I'm not sure. See, this is what I love about these live streams. Anything goes. Ball python, that's it. Yeah, so it will grow quite big. But as I say, this is what I love about these live streams. Anything goes. You the viewer, you my viewers, make this live stream. It doesn't always have to be I think Adina plays Medusa. we did talk about yeah, for those of you who are new here, or you know, who've just joined, Lucio Non-Neuro ASMR set up I mean, it's a group effort. We're all involved. I'm a mod on there. Currently, I'm the only mod, but you know, we've not had any. But there is a Discord group for ASM artists only that we've set up. It's, as I say, it's a group effort. Lucio came up with the idea for it, and it's a sort of safe haven for ASM artists where we don't want any drama, you know, any sort of conflict or anything like that. It's just been set up to purely and simply discuss the good things of ASMR, and I am all for that. You know, it's a real escape from Twitter and things like that. So, you know, if you're on Discord, I can drop you the link through direct messenger. That's not an issue. And in fact, Adina, if you look in the Academy chat group on Twitter, I did post a link for it. Are you, Jessie? Oh, well, that's lovely. But yeah, if you just click the link, yeah, I mean, as I say, it's really a lovely group. We've got some amazing people within it. You know, Brian is part of the group. Amanda, obviously, Lucio, myself. Obviously, Lucio set it up. Oh, sorry, my system seems to have slowed down a bit. But as I say, we've got a lot of good people on board. I mean, we've got, you know, a huge number of people already involved, and you know, eventually we want to, you know, expand. But it's a really, really lovely atmosphere, you know, and it really takes the pressures off that Twitter can give. I mean, I'm not going to wax lyrical here. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything, but and I don't mean to. I'm going to take it down a notch. In the last few months, in the last 6 months or so, yes, I've got my windows open. It's really humid here. That's out in our back garden. That'll be the blackbird. That'll be the blackbird calling good night in the back garden. Arc at him. Yeah, it's we get quite a few birds in our garden during the day. We have loads of starlings. We've got jackdaws that constantly fight one another. We've got a magpie. We've got collared doves. We've got a wood pigeon, or at least 2 wood pigeon. Goldfinches. Blue tits. Coal tits. Trying to think now. Robins, chaffinches. The thing is, we've got bird feeders in our garden anyway, so they get all. Yeah, I know what you're thinking, Julie. I know exactly what you're thinking. We actually get. I live in a town in the middle of the country. I live in a town that's quite a few miles away from the coast. We don't get them in our garden, but we do get gulls in the town. they tend to be around near the sort of. We've never actually seen them in our garden, but they have sort of taken over our local park. I mean, nearest town to me for the coast really is Hastings, about 30 odd miles away. Or well, nearest sort of big coastal towns for me are Hastings, Dover, Folkestone, Ramsgate, Margate, Broadstairs, Whitstable. I live in Kent, West Kent, to be honest. Yeah, you know, I as I say, I live in a sort of reasonably sized town with very good commuter connections. So I'm what, 30 minutes to an hour from the coast in each direction, and I'm about 30 minutes from London by train, which is nice. I really can't wait to start getting back to London because I love that. I love going to London. Absolutely. I can imagine they are. Yeah. I was in. Where was I once? I was on holiday for 16 years, from 2000 to 2016. I went to Norfolk every year in August. Used to stay in a little place called Sea Palling on the coast. And two of the coastal towns we used to visit were, of course, Cromer, which is always a must. It's a lovely little town, very quiet, very idyllic. But of course, if you want the more sort of touristy type of seaside town, Great Yarmouth. And we always used to go to both. And I actually saw a bloke get attacked by seagulls for his fish and chips. I really did. Well, of course I really did see that, because it happens, you know. And they were going hammer and tong at him. It was like Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds, you know. I didn't know whether or not to run in and try and help him, or just stand there and laugh. You know, it was quail. Who's got? Oh, quail. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they literally did quite swarm. They literally swarmed him. It was quite bizarre to watch. Yeah, they will. That's the thing. They have to be pretty quick to catch me out, because give me a bag of chips and it lasts about 30 seconds. No, it doesn't really. I do savour them, but you know, I'm one of those people that. Mind you, I'm not as big as I used to be. I'm down to about 19.5 stone now, but I used to weigh. There was a time when I weighed. If you've ever seen that photo of me in cosplay from 2015, that was me at my biggest. I was about 27 stone, and I'm now down to about 19.5. I'm still big, but I'm nowhere near as big as I used to be. I mean, I have a neck now. You know, I mean, it's still. I'm still not 100% satisfied, but you know, yeah, I do like my food. I am part of a fitness collab with. I haven't really done much with it, to be honest with you. I really do need to do some recording for it. How do you do it in Canada? Is it kilos, pounds? Dear, oh dear. It's okay. My Discord just buzzed. Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Julie, for voting yes about the beard on Discord. Oh dear. kilos and pounds. So if I work that out, let's see. Bear with me. I'm just going to do some quick maths, if my computer will let me. But yeah, I was huge back in the day. I was really, really big. My computer's frozen. But it was something like nearly £300 or something like that. I nearly weighed about £300, something like that, and I'm now down to something like about I'm trying to work it out in my head. Well, I got employed by the right company, really. Back in the day, back in 2019 and back in 2017, and my whole life basically became turned around. Long story short, in October 2019, I actually had a nervous breakdown, and because of post-traumatic stress disorder, which had gone undiagnosed for years, because I've spoken about this. I'm very open about this, mental health and all that, because as many of you know, I'm autistic as well. But I suffered years of mental abuse at school from a teacher that stuck with me for many, many years. And I kind of neglected because I also went through mental abuse in the workplace in the early years of my employment, especially from 2007 to 2012. It was they were my darkest years, and I comfort it for many, many years, and I really put on a lot of weight through depression. And it was only when the company that I was with actually helped me to get all the help I needed, because I am on the road to recovery now. I can actually talk about what I went through, all the negative stuff I went through, and I do because I really want to let people know that if they're going through a similar thing, they are not alone. There are people out there who went through the same thing. But my advice to everyone I talk to is, don't make the mistake that I did. Don't bottle it up for nearly over 20 years, because what I went through at school happened from 1995 to 2000 at secondary school, and I bottled it up for so long, as I say, nearly 20 years, because I left school in 2000, secondary school in 2000, and it really caused, and I think this is why I've managed to lose so much weight, because now I've finally been able to let go of. The reason I still talk about it is because, as I say, I want people to know that they are not alone, that there is someone who went through what they might be going through. They are not alone. There are people out there who understand and will listen, and I will listen. That's why I always say to people, my DMs are always open if needed. Even if we barely ever speak, my DMs are always open. There will always be a hand of friendship to them, and I'm kind of glad that this it's gone down this route for this live stream, because I think it is so important. You can't keep it hidden. You've got for so many people it is a taboo subject, but I think if you do talk about it and are open about it, it makes people comfortable because they realise that there is someone who will listen. I mean, I'm not an expert. I'm not trained in anything, but I will, always be there for people. Whatever they're going through, whatever they're, and as I say, if you ever need a safe place to just chat, my DMs are always open. I've always said that to everybody, regardless of what they're going through. The thing is, as I say, you've got to be open about it. I know it's a bit of a downer to take this live stream, but mental health is as important as physical health. If you're going through a real rough patch, if you're watching this back on the replay, I implore you, don't keep it to yourself. Talk to someone, get the help you need. I didn't for nearly 20 years, and it very nearly destroyed me. It was only because someone in the workplace actually intercepted the situation and actually said, we can help you, get the help you need, and they did, and I'm grateful for it, because where I worked had a group of people called mental health first aiders. Obviously they couldn't diagnose mental health conditions, but they knew how to help people with mental health conditions and help them put you through to the correct assistance, and they did. And that's why I'm here now, because I really don't know where I'd be now if that wasn't available to me. I wouldn't have the counselling, I wouldn't have everything. Talk to people. That's what I say to you. If you want my advice, talk. Don't remain silent. Whatever's eating you up inside, don't let it. It's better to be open and honest with yourself, because that way you can also be open and honest with yourself. You're not lying to yourself. There's nothing, you are a good person. Just it really does help, and I implore you, do it. However you're feeling, do it. I'm a huge advocate for it. There is no shame in it whatsoever. There is nothing to be ashamed of. You are not a bad person. You are not in any way a wrong person. It really makes a huge difference to me. It made a huge difference to me. It really did. It boosted my confidence. To be able to talk to someone and get everything that's affecting you off your chest really, really makes a huge difference. It really does make a huge difference, and I do it. Do it. I apologise that sort of did go down that route, but I think sometimes it's better to just say what just to be open and honest, and that's what I am. Yeah, let it all go. Let it all go. If you feel the need to, I'm not quite Dr. Fraser Crane, but I'm listening. Hey, if you were all in the room with me, I would give you all a huge group hug. Definitely. Indeed, absolutely. Hello, Mills. Hello, Mills. Thank you for joining. You kind of joined us at a most poignant moment, really. I suppose in a way we were kind of having like a group therapy session, but no, I can fill you in on everything else, really. We've been discussing Lord of War and Heartache quite a bit. You know, some of the people in the chat are involved. Lucio, Brian, Uplifting ASMR's involved. Whispering Artist. You know, we've got some really good people involved. Yeah, I mean, as I said at the beginning of this, I am looking for participants. So indeed, some wonderful people here. But as I say, I'm still looking for. I've got some extra roles. Well, one extra role going that's already scripted. If you know of anyone who would be willing to play a sorceress, there's notes on my. There's a tweet thing. There's a thing on my Twitter. I don't know if this will work. I can try and show it to you. We'll try and see what it does. Whether or not this works, because it would be a great way of trying to get it up on YouTube so that people could actually see it. So it's just loading. I won't read it out, but of course it's backwards. I don't know if I can actually reverse this. There we go. So yeah, that's the. Hopefully you can still hear me, but that's the role I'm looking for. Yeah, I mean it is a. I'll say it is a female character, but if you know of anyone who can help me find someone to play the sorceress. Oh yeah, you want to see my Lego display? Yeah. Oh, I love this function. You don't get this with Streamlabs. Yeah, there's my Lego display. At the top there are my custom Lego Power Rangers at the top there. My custom Lego Super Sentai. Hopefully you can still hear me. There are my custom Lego Kamen Rider. These three are actually official minifigures, but I've sort of given them belts so that they're like Kamen Rider. Oh, there's my Cell figurine. My Lego Mandalorian and the child Grogu. Oh, you don't want to see that. That's my national insurance number. That shouldn't be on display. What's that one? Oh, that's a spent Amazon card. Daleks, and then above here we've got all my Doctor Who figurines, or some of them anyway. Some more here. Oh, that's my other tripod. All my Cybermen. My Madame Vastra. Oh yeah, I have got a Lego Dorothy Wizard of Oz, yes. I have got Toto somewhere, a Lego version model of Toto, but I'm not sure. And then we've got some more minifigures here. Let me just bring down the tripod a bit so I can hold it a bit better. There we go. This is so good. I didn't realise this function was here. And of course, all my other Doctor Who figurines, and the Lego that started it all there, Mtron, the original Lego, the OG that got me into it. So I've got Blacktron 2, original Mtron, Ice Planet, Futuron. Trying not to knock things over as I move. And if you're into Chap Hop, the bloke with the red mug is my Lego Professor Elemental with his ape manservant Jeffrey. And then with the moustache, the rather handsome moustache, is Mr. B, the Gentleman Rhymer. And if you're an avid fan, trying not to crush my phone cable because it's on an extendable lead. Bear with me. It's caught around my chair. But these are two minifigures I'm rather proud of. I should have done this last week because it ended up being a bit of a disaster. But there, these two here. If you're familiar, if you're a mythical beast, you will know these two, of course. That they are my custom-made. I made them myself. Rhett and Link minifigures. I actually made them myself. Yeah, organised. Yeah, and then obviously here, Air Duster, Dalek. Some of my Funko Pops. I've got the child Grogu there, but before he was named Grogu. What's behind the? Oh, nothing. Yeah, I won't show you that bit because that's cluttered. And then obviously down there, I've got my Lego Batman movie minifigures. Oh yes, me indeed. That's my phone. The one with the camera. That's me. There's me right there. With player one. That was a Christmas present for me. So, yeah. And then of course, as I say, I'm a huge Dragon Ball Z fan. Cell Saga. But yeah, so I'll give you one more. There we go. I'll give you one more glimpse of the request for a character as well, in case anyone wants to just see it. But yeah, as I said, if anyone can help me out with this, that would be amazing. So please do drop me a message on Twitter, Instagram. There's the actual tweet as well. If anyone can help me out, I'd be absolutely grateful on every level. I would say possibly friend for life sort of thing, situation, but you know, absolutely 100% grateful. My phone is ever so hot. I hope that's all right. Right, back to the front. There we go. You can see me again. So now I know that function is there. I could do a proper live room tour. How about next week we do a proper live room tour and I actually show you some close-ups of what's behind me, so you can actually see. We won't do it this week, But you know, it will help. It will help. You may absolutely suggest anything. What were you thinking of, Goody? Do tell. I'm trying to make sure I'm not rolling over. Oh, I'm rolling over a coaster. How did I get up the floor? My network Southeast 25th anniversary coaster. That was some of the trains that used to run on our railways here in the southeast. So yeah, remember them quite well from my childhood. Very well indeed. But anyway, you were going to suggest a class for the academy? Oh. Yes. I think the closing date is the 31st of August. The deadline is the 31st of August. No, it's not a pacer. It's an old Thameslink train. I want to say class 395, but I'm not up on my. That I think is a good idea, Goody. Yes. Yes. I like that. I think I'm going to have to add some extra characters. I think we could get people on board for that. Definitely. Leave that with me. The cogs are ticking over. That would be amazing. That would be very good. Yes. I like that. Everyone, when this finishes, spread the word that I'm going to be introducing makeup artists as part of the academy, because I think that is going to be a real winner. We've got everyone else. I think these bonus characters. I mean, Laurie ASMR is the healer, the nurse sort of thing. That's perfect because we're on to a winner there. Yeah, I think it will do, but I can always yes, I will, yes. Who else do I think would be interested? There's so many. Yeah. I definitely think so. Yeah. As I say, I'm very generous with the deadline for that project anyway, so I really think there's going to be a lot of, and again, because it's not scripted, it's the first one that isn't scripted. It just has plot points, so people can actually make their own dialogue, which is why I think it's going to be really, really good. So I've got an itchy nose now. My nose is. Yeah. Well, the thing is, Brian, I am a bit of a dab hand with Photoshop, so all I have to do is create the new wing and bolt it on, basically. I can do that. That wouldn't be too much of a problem. Who else? Yeah. I'll let Stormy know as well, because I think she'd love that concept. Probably don't even need to make it a class. Probably could just have the makeup artist. I think that would be superb. Yeah, the melting pot of ideas is moving along quite a bit now. That is absolutely fine, Lucio. Thank you for joining me so much. It's really truly appreciated. Thank you for joining me. Always welcome. As I say, I live stream once a week on a Friday anyway, so you know, always happy when people can make it. Do take care, and as I say, I'm always online, so if you ever need a place to just vent or hand a friendship sort of thing, my DMs are always open. So yeah, do take care. It's been a bit of a roller coaster, really, this one, hasn't it? This week, and that's not. Oh well, I really do appreciate that. Thank you, I do. Yeah. But, so. To be honest, I'm not really sure where else to take this live stream tonight. I might actually call it a night there, because we've done 2 hours anyway, and you know it's been a bit it's been a bit random. Random's good, however. But in all honesty, I'm really not sure where else I really think I can take it this week. I think next week we'll do a bit of a room tour, so that you can see a lot of things up close and get a better idea of everything. You know, it won't be a very long room tour, but oh, hello Marigold. Thank you for joining me. Yeah, you know what, we will continue for a little bit. I've got under half an hour before I head off to the premiere on the other channel that I'm a member of. But anyway, so I'm doing well, thank you. Yes, I hope you're doing okay too. It's been a bit of a random live stream tonight. Keep you updated. Been talking obviously a lot about Lord of War and Heartache. Had a few poignant moments as well, because I'll let you know, I am looking for someone to take on the role of a sorceress in chapter 14. I've mentioned this quite a few times this evening, but you know, these live streams usually end up being about Lord of War and Heartache. I guess because it's my main project, really. I did share a screenshot. Oh yeah, tell me. Yeah, go on, Adina. You sure? Do you think you can? You sure you wouldn't have a problem with it? You did see what I'd posted, hadn't you? Well, if you're absolutely sure, I can send you over the script. I mean, you know, I guess it would give you an idea of let me get it up again, so that just as a, because I don't want to force anyone into taking it. You know, I want people to be absolutely certain. Were you talking about? Because I've already got someone for Rebecca. I have already got someone for the role of Rebecca. It's the sorceress. It's this one. The role of the sorceress. Oh no, someone's already taken. Lucio non-Euro is Rebecca. Yeah, it's this one. So I'll leave that up on. I'll just leave that up on screen for a little bit, so that people can see what I'm talking about. Are you sure? Because obviously, I'm really, I don't want to force anyone into it, sort of thing. But if you're absolutely sure, it would have to be done a bit more seriously, because it's not a comedy style character. It is quite a serious character. Yeah, that would yes, that could work. That would be perfect. Actually, I can change it. Yes, I like that. I do like that. Perfect. I'll do some changes then, and yeah, we'll drop the original. We'll drop the original idea then, and go with that. I'm really happy with that concept, actually. Perfect. Yeah, I'll do some. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Yeah, I'll send you the script over later then. That's not a problem. That just needs to come off screen. Thank you so much, Adina. If you're able to get a video over to me by the 30th, as I say, once I'm back on. Well, I am on Twitter at the moment, but when I come off of this live stream, I'll send you the script over with a few minor changes. That would be absolutely perfect. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. So yes, excellent. I can take down that tweet, and yep, I will drop you the details over ASAP. So all the best. In all honesty, I think I will bring this to an end. As I say, I kind of do need to dash, shall we say? He tries not to be obvious but awkward at the same time. So I am going to call it a day. Thank you so much to everyone who's joined me. Oh, Quiet Cat, I'm so sorry you've. Thank you for joining me. You've just caught me at the very end of my live stream. I'm just about to head off, but thank you so much for dropping by. You can't see me, can you? That's because I put the front. There we go. It's okay. I was showing something on my Twitter, but thank you so much for dropping by and to say hello. I really do appreciate that. Thank you so much to everyone who has joined me, and I do these weekly from 8 o'clock to at least 10 o'clock at night GMT. Next week we are going to have the room tour, so that I can talk a bit more about some of my other hobbies and interests and things like that. So thank you everyone for joining me. It's been an absolute blast. I've had an absolute fantastic evening, and I will see you next Friday, same time, same place, 8 PM GMT. I wish you all the very, very best. Bye for now.